Hello, ako si Trey. Ngayon ay ituturo ko sa iyo kung paano magluto ng puto. And the reason that we are cooking puto today is because the first time I tried to do it, it was a travesty of biblical proportions. So, to avoid future heartache for everyone on the internet who wants to try this delicious Filipino dessert, I'm gonna show you how to cook puto and how to make it easy. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to get our steamer or rice cooker. That's how we're going to cook this puto. And to do that, you want to get your steamer rack. So the steamer rack is going to go in to the top of the rice cooker here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some water. And we're going to follow the instructions off of this White King Puto mix. So the flour is in here and everything else you got to come up with. But it's okay. So check this out. When you look here at the instructions, it says you're going to need 2 packs of Puto mix. That's inside. Okay. Well, I've already used 1 pack. But 1 pack makes an awful lot of puto, especially for one person. So we got 1 pack. So we're gonna half everything else. We need 1 cup of water, ½ cup of sugar, a ¼ cup of cooking oil. We're not fooling with corned beef. No, we're not doing that. So anyway, we're gonna get started. You'll notice here that it says to boil the water up to 3/4 full in a steamer. No, do not do that for the love of God. You see our rice cooker we have right here, right? All you need is some water vapor. You need some steam. So what I recommend is covering about the first maybe inch or less, maybe ½ inch of bottom in there. That is plenty of water to create the steam that we're gonna be cooking this puto with. If you want, you can go ahead and take your rack, throw it in there, slap your lid on the rice cooker, hit go. So while our water is heating up, the next thing we're gonna do is start getting our mix ready. So we got some sugar, we got our puto mix, and we have some cooking oil. We don't need a lot, but we got plenty. So now we need to get our measuring cup. All right, so this is what we're gonna actually put our mix in because it's very convenient to pour out. So first thing we do, we're gonna take our puto mix and we're gonna use 1 whole bag of this. And I don't know why this bag does not want to tear. That's fine. I know how to use a knife. Let's get that puto mix right there into that huge measuring cup. These things are so useful for cooking. We just need 1 cup of water for this 1 bag of puto mix. So let's get our single cup of water, pour that in there. So that is a ½ cup of sugar. Okay. Just gonna shake that out and make sure that it's definitely a half. Okay, it's a little more than a half. That's okay. A few extra granules of sugar will definitely not hurt the flavor of this puto. And we need 1/4 of a cup of cooking oil. There's 1/4 right there. Don't need very much. We're just gonna pour that little bit of cooking oil in there. Now we have everything ready to go. Let's take a fork and we're gonna stir up this mix really good in here. And I am already spraying flour all over myself. That's great. Now while we're stirring this up, we're gonna go ahead and get one of the next, and this stuff, it already smells so good. Oh man, puto is just wonderful. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get what I like to call my secret weapon for making puto the easy way, the very easy way. Okay, so check this out right here. You will notice that in the instructions it says to arrange the puto molds inside the steamer. Okay, steam for 25 minutes until surface is shiny and bounces back when pressed. The first time I got ready to make puto, I had no idea what a Puto mold was. I didn't know where I could find a Puto mold. So I went to the store and I looked for some small little plastic bowls, which were sort of like little condiment dishes or something like that. They were made out of hard plastic. Do not use those because the heat from the steamer will crack those things over time and they will become almost completely worthless. So don't do that, do this. I was at the grocery store and I found a pack of these, a very big pack of these for just a few dollars. And these are silicone cupcake molds. These things work great for Puto because due to the nature of the silicone, obviously they're not gonna crack from the heat. But the other really great thing about these molds is you don't even have to put cooking oil in it. They will not stick. You just kind of pop them out and they just fall out. They fall out so easily. These things are awesome. They're fantastic and I love them. Buy these. So now that we've got our molds, we've got our Puto. We got our mix ready to go. The steamer is just, it's a going. I don't see any steam popping out of it just yet, but that's okay. We got everything mixed up and ready to go. And there's one last thing that I do want to show you, which is, well, first of all, here's a little trick I like to do. I always keep this thing on top of a plate so that anything that drips off doesn't get on the stove. It's just on the plate. I can stick that in the washing machine when we get done. The actual other really neat thing that I wanted to include in this video is the fact that this is what we call just plain Puto. This is just white Puto, right? And it tastes great, it smells great. You can put cheese on it, you can put butter on it, anything you want to do. Personally, I think they taste fine exactly the way they are without adding anything to it. But what I'm going to do is we're going to make a few of these as this, right? And then we're going to add some ube flavoring to this. You can buy this at just about any Filipino grocery store. This stuff is delicious and it also will give the Puto a very pretty purple color. You want the molds to be about halfway full, maybe a little less than halfway is good. You just want to make sure that you do not overfill these things. It is not ideal for them to go over the side. Okay, so to show you how we do this, we're going to take the lid off of our steamer, which I can definitely see the water is boiling in there right through the holes of that steamer rack. And we're gonna carefully take our baking cup, sit it in there, drop it in there quick because that steam is super hot. And you're just gonna sit that in there and then later we'll check on it and I'll show you how to tell when your Puto is ready. Okay, so now that we have one going, we're gonna go ahead and fill up a few more of our cups. All right, we're gonna go ahead and transfer those to the steamer. Just remember that you always want to put these things about half full. Even a little less than half is okay, because that just means you're making more pieces of Puto and nobody's gonna complain about an extra piece of Puto. While our steamer is full and the Puto is currently cooking, you can see the one that we put in there first is already starting to kind of puff up just a little bit there. And we're gonna go ahead and add our ube flavoring to the mix that we have left, and we're gonna make some nice purple ube Puto. I'll be honest with you, when it comes to adding this, this flavoring, I just kind of add it until it looks good because it's gonna taste great either way. So you wanna take this stuff and we're gonna pour some in. Just pour a little bit in, you know, I mean, that's maybe like half a tablespoon, half a teaspoon. You don't need a lot. You see it's already getting very purple here. So that's looking pretty nice. So you just keep stirring that up while you're waiting on your other Puto to cook. This stuff, you can find it in pretty much any Filipino grocery store. The local store that I go to, they have ube. They have pandan flavoring, which is really great. Pandan is probably actually my favorite. And and they have the lanka. Some people call this jackfruit. These are all really good. They're very masarap, and I highly recommend trying them all. They are not expensive, and it's a nice little way to spice up your puto or really anything you're cooking. Sometimes I even put it in pancakes. Let's go ahead and get some more of these filled up to get ready, because when you get going with puto, it really doesn't take a long time before it starts puffing up. And I'll show you in just a minute when our first batch gets done, the easiest way to tell if that stuff is ready. Woo! Put a little too much in that one, but it's okay. I'll set a few of these to the side so I can set my kwan right here. And then we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna check out our puto. So you'll notice the puto is starting to look a little round on top. Starting to look a little almost glossy on top. So you take a spoon like this and you just start to kind of tap on it, right? Oh, see, that's sticking. Now, if it's sticking, that means it's not ready yet. You see some of these though, they're bouncing, like this first one that we cooked. This first one we made is definitely ready. So we can put our lid back on for a moment. So let's take our lid back off. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our first piece of puto. All right, and we'll stick the lid back on while we're trying to pop this one out. I kind of would recommend this, to be honest with you. Just get a pair of tongs. These work really nice, just some short ones. And what you can do actually is you can just grab these, and they're silicone, so they're very strong. You don't have to worry about grabbing them in any specific way, but it just makes it easy to get these out. Now, while these are cooling off, we're gonna go ahead and grab our ube, and we're gonna very gently start sitting them down in there. Mostly, we're gonna wanna be careful not to burn our hand from the steam, because it's really hot. All right, let's get all of these in here. Yep, here's another one. And here's this one. All right, we got all those ready to go. There's no more. We're gonna pop the lid on here, let them cook, and we're gonna start evacuating this puto. And this is very, very, very easy. Watch this. You take your mold, just kind of gently squeeze it in the corner here. Boom, they fell right out. Look at that. Perfect piece of puto. And like I said, you just kind of squeeze them in the corner like that. They come right out. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's nothing to it, nothing to it. You just want to be careful. They are a little warm, so depending on how sensitive your hands are, you know, you may want to wear gloves for this or something. We're gonna go ahead and fill the rest of these molds up. Let's check out our ube puto and see how it's coming along. All right, what are we working with here? It looks like, yeah, one of those that I filled up a little too much. It actually came all the way to the top and split. And you know, to be honest, if you go to the Philippines, you're gonna see a lot of places where they do make it that way, where it is split on top. So it's very common to see that. So if you're making puto and that happens, don't freak out, it's fine. So yeah, that one's done. Oh yeah, they're done. They're done, it's great. And one really cool thing about puto also is the fact that you kind of can't overcook it. I know that it's very weird anyway, the fact that you're cooking this in a steamer, but it's basically, for all intents and purposes, it is baking this stuff. They're almost like little muffins, and they very much taste like that. The muffin mix is actually really delicious. You ought to try it sometime. We're gonna go ahead and take the other ones that we filled up. We're gonna get them, put them in here so they can be cooking, and we will be almost finished. All right, there you go. And on goes the lid. Boom. I went ahead and grabbed some butter, and if you get butter in a pan like this, in a tub, and you just get a butter knife, you can kind of scoop off little slivers of butter to throw on top of the puto, and it's okay. So all right, we're popping these out of the molds. Again, you just barely have to squeeze it on the edge right there, right in that corner sort of area, and it will loosen them up. They pop right out. No grease required to do this. It's a lot less work. It's great. And just be advised they are gonna be a little warm. So just kind of quickly touch them, move them, get your fingers off of them so you don't burn your hand. All right. And we have some ube puto ready to go. Get our knife and just get just a little tiny little sliver. I mean, it's, you know, do it like you want it, but hey, that one doesn't want to come off, does it? It wants to be obnoxious. Yeah, that butter wants to do like that. This is also really hard to do with one hand. So everybody, give me a thumbs up on this video just for me doing all this crap with one hand. Let's get a little butter right here. Yes, okay. Yes, and we'll get some more on here. And I guess we'll leave our butter out because we still have 6 more delicious pieces of puto waiting on us when we get done. Okay, while we're waiting on those last 6 pieces to cook, I know what you're thinking. It's mukbang time, right? So let's go ahead and try one of our white puto and see what it tastes like. Woo! Man, okay. You really want to put that butter on it because it's really good. The puto is like, it's funny because it's a little heavy because of all the moisture in it, but it's fluffy. It's easy to bite. It's not like if you go to a grocery store and they have like those cheap muffins or cheap cupcakes and it's like they're choking you when you're trying to eat them because they're so dry. Puto is not like that, especially when you first take it out of the steamer. It's so good. And if you're somebody like me who is completely, absolutely addicted to coffee, this stuff is amazing to have in the morning for breakfast, especially if you don't have time to cook some ampalaya and eggs or something like that, pancakes, whatever. Let's go ahead and try some of this hot ube puto that we just cooked. Oh my God, I got butter on my face. I got butter on my microphone. Woo, man. I'm a messy boy, but this ube puto is amazing. Oh my God, this stuff is so good. And the craziest part about it is, it's so easy to make. You don't have to fool with an oven. You know, all you need is your rice cooker and you're ready to go. It's so great, it's so easy. Puto is awesome. And I think our puto's ready to go. Let's pop the lid off. And let's see what we got. Looking good, bouncing off the lids. Yes, okay, excellent. Get your tongs. Pull everything out with your tongs, be careful. And your baking cups, I just toss them in the dishwasher face down and they come out plenty clean. They don't really take long to cool off once you get them out of that steam. Yeah, they're okay. All right. All right, let's get them situated here. Flip them around. Whoop. Yeah. Okay, so there we have it. If you get a box of white King Puto mix, most of the Filipino stores around me carry it. Hopefully around you they carry it too. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then we add the 2 that we ate, that's 18. We get 18 freaking pieces of Puto for 100 grams of Puto mix flour. And you know, like I said, this stuff is super delicious. You can see it's incredibly easy to make. Anytime you want to mix in your Lanka coloring with flavoring, your pandan flavoring, my personal favorite, or if you want to throw in the ube, which is also extremely delicious, you know, you're going to have a good time with this stuff. Puto, everybody. Puto, puto, puto. And you know, the best part about it is, if you go to a lot of the local stores and you try to buy Puto, it is expensive as hell. That's why I learned how to make it, because it's so delicious. And I'm just not gonna pay like $8 for 4 pieces of Puto. In the Philippines, you can buy a whole bag of this stuff for less than $1. Learn how to make your own Filipino food. It's the only way to do it. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed this kind of content, let me know, because I actually really enjoy cooking, especially Filipino food. And I would love to be able to make more content like this for you guys in the future. Anyway, I love your feedback. It's very appreciated. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I'll see you next time.